What's up, guys? Your favorite math teacher here, and today we're going to talk about one-step equations. And so what you'll see is I put 4 problems up here. I got addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We're going to go through each one. And while with these you may be able to do them in your head, I highly recommend writing them out because then you learn the process of how it works. So when the problems get really, really big, you already know what to do. So equations have 2 halves to them, and those halves are separated by the equal sign. All right, so what I like to do is just draw a line down my equal sign because then that shows me which side is the left, oops, too big, and which side is the right. So let's start with this addition one. The whole point of an equation is to get the variable or the letter by itself. So in this case, my variable is x for each one. And so what you do is you do the inverse. You just do the opposite to solve it, right? So right now, it says x plus 5. The opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. And the reason I do that is, well, 5 minus 5 makes 0. So all I have left over is x. And by having both sides, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So if I subtract 5 from the left side, I need to subtract 5 from the right side. 7 minus 5 is 2, so x equals 2. And you can check that because 2 plus 5 equals 7. So if x equals 2, that means plug in 2 for x because, again, 2 plus 5 is 7. So for my next one, here I'm already subtracting 5. So I do the opposite. I add 5 to both sides because negative 5 plus 5 makes 0. And then again, I have x left over. And so if I add 5 to the left side, I add 5 to the right side. 7 plus 5 is 12. So x is 12. And I could check that, right? If it's x minus 5 equals 7, well, 12 minus 5 is 7. Over here, if you don't see a symbol when they're next to each other, like 5x, that means multiplication. So that says 5 times x. So do the opposite of multiplication, divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 makes 1. So I only have 1x left over, which is what I'm solving for. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. 15 divided by 5 is 3, so x equals 3. And that is true because 5 times 3 is 15. For this last one, it is already a fraction. Fractions are division. That says x divided by 3 equals 6. So do the opposite, multiply by 3. Those cancel out, and I have x left over. I multiply by 3 on the left side. I multiply by 3 on the right. 6 times 3 is 18, so x equals 18. And again, you could check that because 18 divided by 3 is 6.